On today's show, I'm really excited. We've got a brand new guest and she actually breaks her Instagram silence. It is Debs from Dream Hire Events. Hello. You're not supposed to say anything.
Oh, but you said break the silence.
Oh, of course I did, yes. Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. And as you can see, we've got a brand new guest. It is Debbie, or Debs, from Dream Hire Events.
Hello.
Yay.
Hello.
Welcome
Thank
to
you very
BMTV.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Thank you for coming on. And yeah, very excited about this. Excited
know.
to see what you can produce and
No pressure.
yeah, see if you are actually any good. So I'm joking.
I might as well leave now. Let me leave.
Anyway, we will obviously do an interview and we're going to post that separately, find out a little bit more about you and go a little bit deeper. But very, very quickly for this show, in less than 30 seconds, how did you get into the balloon industry?
Oh, God. So I left retail. I was always a store manager. And then I bought a sweet cart to try and decorate. And balloons was one of the things that I started to decorate it with. COVID hit, and then it became all about the decorations and deliverable balloon stacks and displays over the cart, because obviously there was nowhere to go with that. So balloons just took off.
So you started off just before COVID?
Yes, just before COVID. Actually thinking like, oh my God, like what a time to come into the industry. But oh my God, what a time to come into the industry. So yes, and here I am, 4 and a bit years later, doing all right.
Yeah, well, fantastic. I mean, it'd be remiss of us not to talk about the few Instagram followers that you've got.
Just a few.
You've got a few. On the day of filming, which is July the 2nd, 2nd? 2nd. July the 2nd, 2024, you have 304.
Did it go to 3-4?
Hold on,
I don't know anymore. I don't know. I have a lot. I'm very grateful to you all.
I've got so many, everybody.
Thank you.
I can't keep track. I'm so popular.
No. I'm very grateful to you all.
I know.
I am.
Having spent some time with Debs, she is not that person. She is like, 304,000
Oh, wow.
followers. 300, 3-4.
Wow.
And I did look at one of the posts earlier on, and it did make me giggle because it was liked by one person and 49,000 others or something.
Oh,
and it was just really funny that liked by such and such and 49,000 others.
I know. I'm ever so grateful for the support, obviously, and I seem to inspire a lot of people, which I'm just so grateful to do. But yes, no pressure.
But of course, the big thing is that you don't speak in your videos, do you?
No, I try and let the balloons speak for themselves. When I talk a lot.
And until I met you, I thought it's because you were shy.
No,
you didn't like the sound of your voice or
just
something
wouldn't
like that.
get a word in edgeways.
But it's not, is it? It's
no.
just that you talk a lot.
Yeah, I like to, I always wanted the balloons to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So that was, obviously I make them, but I am not necessarily the person that's on show. It's the displays.
Yeah.
So I've always stuck with that. And I was like, I'm never going to speak on socials in a world where everyone said that you had to speak on socials. Yeah. So yes, and I'm really, really humbled that I actually inspire people from my designs. It actually blows my mind.
That's right. And some of your designs, they're not in the nicest possible way.
No, they're not.
They're not the most complicated or most
not.
amazing 18-foot tall designs.
So I am an artist for customers, like I balloon for customers. So a lot of the displays that you see me make are for customers. And I like my displays to be accessible, like I might tweak something in them, but ultimately I want that customer to have something that's creatively thought of for them. Let's get on.
Let's do something. Yes. What are we doing?
So, quite a little while back, I constructed a garland. It was actually named the Debbie Garland. So it's just a really structured arch that is really accessible to customers. It's just so easy to follow the step by step, so it's quite easy to make, and visually they just work.
So what balloons have you got to start with?
So I love to use a variety of different types of balloons. So I love this grey smoke from Tuftex. It's just a darker grey.
Yep.
So I've got 16 or 17 inch in these, and I've also used 11/12 inch.
Yep.
I've also got the Qualitex pink with it double stuffed inside white. And then I've also double stuffed the grey inside white also. And then I have Gemma shiny pink.
Oh wow! So you're mixing the brands there.
I just love to mix the brands.
Which is interesting, because a lot of people don't do that. But
sometimes you can't find everything that you want within a brand. So I just don't give myself them boundaries, and I just literally know what I want, what colours I want, and I'll shop for my display, not necessarily for brand.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're working with.
Tuftex.
Yep.
Qualitex.
And actually the white that we're using is Sempertex.
Sempertex
Yeah.
and Gemma. So
And Gemma.
four different brands
Yes,
here.
let's go for it.
Okay. All right. What are we doing first?
Okay, so we're going to make 2 quads. So the first size within the quad that we're going to make. So we're going to use, this is the larger balloon. I'm going to blow this up to 10 inches. And then the same colour, which is the grey, is going to be blown up to 8 inches.
Do you normally use an electric inflator?
No, I normally use just your standard pink pump.
Okay. All right.
I could, and I have debated getting a really fancy pump, but actually I just never got around to it, and I love my pump. So
Do you
why
use
would I?
a balloon sizer? Or
Yes, I use
okay.
a balloon sizer for pretty much everything.
Okay.
Before I have the how-to page, but before then I could just do it by eye.
Yeah.
But now I'm very, very conscious that people want to know the size of that.
Yeah.
And going, just about that size
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
isn't going to cut it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, let's
I think it's
let's
a big,
use the sizer.
It's a big investment to get something like that, like the inflator. I mean, they are
it is.
about the best part of £1,000, aren't they?
Exactly.
So, and it took us, I think it was 10 years in business before we bought one.
I feel like it depends what type of work you do. I
Yeah.
do a lot of classic work, which they would come in really handy for, because
Yeah.
obviously you blow up to sizes. But then where organics was quite massive as well, that's going to take a hit because you don't
Yeah,
necessarily
exactly.
need to size your balloons.
Exactly.
So it's each to
Yeah.
whoever's using it. But technology scares me. I'm not tech minded. So yeah, the easiest way possible for me is fine.
Okay.
Right. So I always let the air out and give it a squidge to make it more round. And I am going in with the bigger one for 10 inches.
Find the 10 inch.
Find the 10 inch. I actually have the box as well, but I just use them as in singular.
Oh,
I
right. I
don't,
see.
yeah, it just makes it a lot easier to store as well.
Yeah.
And then 8 inch. So I take the 2 and then I'm just going to tie these 2 together as tight as I can, so that makes a duplicate.
So did you teach yourself?
Yes.
All right, so you didn't go on any course or anything?
I went on a Qualitex fundamental course right at the very beginning, which was basically how to kind of construct.
Yeah.
Really, really
fundamentals, good
basic.
course, yeah.
And also I find that you learn more from mistakes
Yeah.
and making your own mistakes. And actually I found a way that's perfectly fine, but I always believe there'll be a better way of doing it.
I was going to say, because you found your way. And
Yeah.
I know you've said earlier on that it's not necessarily the right way or wrong way, it's my way.
It is.
But you might find a way that's better
Yes.
as time progresses.
Oh,
And somebody says to you,
100%.
have you tried this? And you'd be
Yes.
like, oh.
Well, just sometimes I think about balloons 24/7. So I'm like, what if I actually tried that? I'm always evolving as an artist, and you'll see that within my work as well. And I think that's how we grow, by learning on the job, not necessarily someone just telling you how to do something, because you don't really learn.
Oh, you
do,
you
but-
get told how to do it,
Yeah.
and then you figure out why, and then you change it and tweak it as time goes on.
Yes. So
All right.
I'm going to do. I'm going to use my pink inside the white, and I'm going to do 2 at 7.5. She says when she finds the 7.5.
Is there a 7.5?
It's at the top. Look.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So do you like to double stuff to get the tones that you're looking for?
I do like to double stuff because it does make it more luxurious, but also for strength. So a lot of my work I prep at home. So depending what the display is, for instance, if I was going to do kind of like organic work and I was going to kind of construct some of it at home to then take to the venue, I really want that strength. I don't want to chuck it in my vehicle and then it all fall apart. Yeah. So actually, a lot of the time it is for colour purposes, but also yes.
And you do have a specialist double stuffing tool, don't you?
I do.
It's
improvisation at its best.
Very, very special.
It's a barbecue skewer.
A barbecue skewer.
Everyone asked me, what do you double stuff in? It was like, it is a barbecue skewer.
Can I let you into a secret?
Go on.
You know our balloon neck stretching tool?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well done.
Yeah.
It's not actually designed for that.
Oh.
It's designed for something completely different.
I really don't want to know.
I'll
leave that. I'll leave that with you. So anyway, we have our two duplets and I'm just going to twist these together to make a quad. So theoretically, like I'm going to make 5 of these and we'll kind of work and construct the garland as we go along. Cool. So this, we're going to need 5 and then I'm going to then team this up and make this into a cluster. So I'm going to take the 2 grey within the white and I'm going to size these to 6 inches. And then I'm going to take the Gemma, which is the shiny pink, and then these are going to be 7 inches.
God, these do just feel stronger.
They do,
double stuff.
yeah. Also, when you're doing such a structured garland, it helps just to keep that, especially if you're going to fully load it. Like I love to load things of all sorts. I love dangly bits, I love florals.
Sorry, I apologise for our size of it's fallen
That's
to pieces.
absolutely fine. So I'm just going to twist these 2 together as well.
So this is the basis for a lot of organic work, is just
the sizing.
Just do this. But you've sized each one of these bits.
Yeah. So the easiest way to look at this is in just sections. And then you just attach your sections together. So once you have the sizing for your 2 kind of quads, I'm going to twist this together and make this into a cluster of 8. So the best way to do it is just to sit one on top of the other. And then here, if you lift one of the ones that are on the bottom up and round, that will secure the 2 of them together.
Okay.
And you want your shiny pink to be next to your larger balloon, so the 10-inch balloon. So because this one's larger and the ones underneath are smaller, that's what's going to create the bend and the curve to the arch.
Yeah.
So if we imagine this in the centre, I'm just going to need one more of this quad, that side of it, before I start to attach.
Only we had another one.
I do have another one.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So I'm going to literally attach this one into this one. So I'm just going to pull in and take a neck. So I'm going to take a neck and I'm going to pull it up and through. And then I'm going to take a neck from that cluster.
Why did you do that rather than twist it in?
I just find that it doesn't sit next to each other when it's twisted in. Okay. I think I will only really twist into an 8.
Okay.
For some reason, it just doesn't sit nice. So this is going to be the centre of the garland. So then I'm literally just going to work these sections of that cluster of 8 each side and attach it in. So like here, it's starting to kind of build that curve round. Yeah. So I'm going to then attach another one to here, and we're going to have 5 all together. So I do like everything to be in odd numbers, so like either 3, 5 or 7. It just is so much pleasing on the eye for me.
I actually had a fight the other day with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11.
A fight?
Yeah, the odds were against me.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
I
saw your jokes thing as well.
I got a thing from Mike. Look, it's not bad, is it?
It's not too bad. Right, so I'm then just going on with the next one. And it's really simple. Once you know how to do that cluster of 8, you've pretty much got the whole garland.
Yeah. So if you weren't talking about it and talking through, how long would it take you to do one of these?
Not
including
very,
inflation.
About
Half an hour?
45
minutes.
minutes by the time you've put it all together. I tend to you can vinyl print them as well. You can put like themed balloons within them. You can have dangly bits, which I'm such a fan of.
Yeah.
So it totally depends on all of them elements as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I would definitely allow like 45 minutes.
And you deliver these to people?
Yes. I don't have to.
You were telling me why
I
you
don't
deliver
have
these
to.
people.
I spend a lot of time in making these perfect, and I want them to arrive perfect. I've just found it's one, great customer service, but also it's great for my anxiety.
So how far do you drive for a delivery? And do you charge extra for that?
I do. I charge 50p a mile,
Okay.
but I'll drive within like 2 miles free.
Oh, right.
Like
okay.
we're in a little village, and a lot of the mums buy from me, and to just nip out, it just gives me 5 minutes out.
Yeah,
So
okay.
actually,
Away from the
it's
kids.
fine, away from the kids,
Yeah.
it's fine. So yeah, I'm literally,
Because we don't need
Oh,
that
yeah.
there anymore, do we?
so yeah, I'm literally just adding one on top of the other.
And you sell a lot of these?
Do you know what? Yes, I have actually. They've died down slightly, but
Do things die down because you put something else on your Instagram
Yes.
so people want that?
I think it's very much, whatever you're posting, you're going to sell.
Okay.
So I say to people a lot, like, just make sure you're getting them ideas out. People aren't visual like we are. So it's like your work, like my Instagram is like my catalogue.
Yeah.
So actually they'll go on to my catalogue and they'll pick out what they want. So for instance, if I did a butterfly display recently, I've had about 3 more orders in for that. So it's really important to just get them ideas out, because that's what the customer's going to see and that's what they're going to want. And I think sometimes it's just gauging that like conversation with your customer.
Yeah.
What's her favourite colours? And then work a display around them and what they actually want.
Yeah.
So then it's my job as an artist to go and hunt down. So I'll always say, thank you, I've got that. Give me like a couple of days. When I start ordering in, I'm going to come back to you with a load of ideas. So I might come to her with all of these different ideas. And actually, don't be scared to put that into your customer's head, because they don't know what is out there and what's available. And actually, it's okay to say, no, I'm not going to do that. It's not what I envision, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And actually, if you do put across your ideas, half the time they'll be like, okay, yeah, you're the expert. So yeah, I'm just going to literally go on like with my last one. And then I tend to hang it on the wall, and then I work on it on the wall to add in all of like the little infills.
Okay. If you like symmetry, if you watch Death on the Nile, the Kenneth Branagh one.
What is that?
Death on the Nile, you know, Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile.
You
not-
act like I have time.
Well, at some point, if you like
Okay,
symmetry,
Okay.
watch it.
Okay.
Watch it.
I will.
The Kenneth Branagh one, not the old one.
Right.
Kenneth Branagh.
So I'm going to literally hook this up with some fishing line.
Okay.
Um,
Is there anything I can do to be of assistance?
no, you're okay.
Say no, thank you.
You're okay. As my husband would say, no, she's all right, leave her alone.
I will
You
drink
won't
some
do it
water.
right anyway. Yeah,
This
can
is
you
my
find the
new-
end of
this
this?
is- oh. You want me? Oh, so you do want me to do something? Okay.
The end of that.
Oh no, that's the other end. How does this work? Does anybody know how to use fishing line?
I know, I've got another one. I do have another one.
Oh, good catch,
Oh.
Mike. Good catch. Oh, we got it, Mike.
Can't
We got
get the
it.
line these days.
Oh, well done, Mike. I'll give you a round of applause anyway. That was Mike Beard, everybody.
So
That's not his
I'm
name. He's just
literally
got a beard.
just taking a piece of fishing line and kind of running it through the centre. Sorry, you probably can't see very well.
There's no particular point at which you do that other than around the centre.
Yeah, just around the centre really. So as you can probably see here, it will kind of go up through the middle. And then I just literally then just tie this off. So that gives an anchor point for your customer as well.
Okay.
So, and then I'll tie off any excess, but I just need to see where it is on the...
I don't like using fishing line because you can't see it.
Yeah, I know. so I can kind of get to it. Okay. So we kind of have a structured garland. So you can do less or more with it. So you could have it just something like this, or you can then put in little infills. So you can also kind of vinyl print.
Okay, yeah.
So
you can put somebody's name on there.
Yes, but also be very aware of how many letters are in that name.
Yes.
So obviously I wouldn't really go more than 7 letters because it's just not going to shape well. Also, if you then have 6, you add another one, your centre is totally different. So always think of it as however many letters is however many bigger balloons that you have.
Okay, all right.
So it just makes it easier. So I want to round off the ends here and here. So I would probably go in with a darker, got it, a darker grey balloon right there. Have we got one?
Do we need some dark grey balloons? Have we got some?
Probably do it with just a little one.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So with this, I don't normally measure. So I would then just reach in and then tie into the neck that's already within that main base.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have one on each end.
So we've just used a command hook there on the wall. Is that what you would use, or would you use something that's in their house already?
Yes. So I tend to normally give it as it is on. So I would suggest like a command hook, but there's always a risk of damage to walls, always. So you have to be very transparent with that with your customer. So ultimately, it's them who's putting it on the wall. So you give them the option. Yeah, you give them the option. Also, it's great to use like a decorator's tape with a small. I would definitely use decorator's tape with a small hook because then that way it's not going to damage the wall, and actually they can anchor it
a bit
higher. Yes, because I just need it to work with. So I would actually do all of this at home, and then this is really transportable. Yeah, like for in your vehicle, you just put your back seats down, it goes straight in. So yeah, I tend to leave that with the customer, but there are options. It depends where they want to put it. If they're putting it on patio doors, you can use suckers. They're quite good because then they don't you don't damage the walls. So yeah, I would always recommend like an anchor point, but decorator's tape or command hook. Okay. At their own risk.
Okay.
At their own risk. So I'm just doing the other side. And then I'd probably probably put some little mini ones in.
You're going all creative now. You make it up as you go along.
I do, but I do this with everyone. It's like for sizing wise as well. I just know that these two, the back and the front, need to be the same size because obviously then it's going to needs to sit flush against the wall, and also the front all needs to be the same. Yeah. But you can play around with these sizes as long as that one's larger than that one.
I've got an idea.
Yep.
For another show, if you say,
let's do it.
You make it up as you go along.
Yeah.
How about the ultimate make it up as you go along show? We give you a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
You have no idea what you're getting.
Yes.
Do you reckon you could do that?
Yes. Let's do it.
Ready, steady, balloon.
Hell yes.
All right.
You got to make it good though.
Okay.
You got to make the products good.
Okay.
Whatever
we
I'm
only
working
sell good
with.
products. So, awesome. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
We'll put that in the diary, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm so up for a challenge.
All right.
So up for a challenge.
You say that now. We'll see.
Hold on that one. So yeah, a lot of these infills, I don't necessarily size. I just work with what size they kind of need to be. So actually, I'm probably going to just pop a little one underneath in all of these.
So do you ever make it, this is organic, but as we say, it's regular.
Yeah.
So do you ever make it where it is more organic, where it is a bit messier, or are you a classic through and through?
Oh no, I do everything. Yeah, okay. Like I don't like to be constricted to a specific style.
I'm not saying labelling you.
No.
What
like,
do you...
Yeah, I just roll with what works for me. Especially when I do designs that I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm just designing. But yeah, I do organic. But I love classic as well. Yeah. I love the symmetry. It's so pleasing.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm just building it up. So product-wise as well, this is really cost-effective because actually you haven't used too many balloons.
Yeah.
And yeah, so actually, it's a win-win for time and for.
Who's the artist that does all the symmetry stuff? You guys know. Where's somebody, is it? Wes Anderson. Well done. Thank you. That was Mike LB, everybody. Because there's a display on in London, or there was. I've not been to it. And it's Wes Anderson inspired display. That's probably what it is. So it wasn't. Anyway, there we are. Oh, and no,
it's coming together.
What a great little distraction that was.
It's coming together. But no, it's really good as well if you wanted to use like printed latex, because you could use like a theme with your printed latex in. And also, like I have done a football one of this before, so I've used like football latex.
Okay, yeah.
And then found like hanging footballs to go underneath it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much constructed. And then what I would always, I just love them little extra touches. So I really love dangly bits. So I kind of have some silver stars that could work really well with this.
What do you mean silver stars? Oh, those things. Okay.
Silver stars.
Yeah. Do we sell those?
You do.
Okay.
Party
Available
deco.
at Balloon Market.
Party deco.
Party deco. Thank you very much.
Party deco. I also have some hearts as well. I told you I like dangly bits.
You do like dangly bits, it seems.
So there's so many different.
This is
you
quite
sell
long,
loads.
isn't it? How long is this?
Just.
We don't
how
need
long
it all.
do you get? You get 3.6 meters. No, we don't need it all. So yeah, this is pretty much the basics to this design. Sorry, my hair is on the balloons. Also, if the hair gets on the balloons, it's quite easy. You just blow dry it.
All right.
You can literally just take
them.
Nice. Take anything off the balloon. So yeah, that is pretty much this style garland. So yeah, you can add on a vinyl print of a name. I've also added in, you could add in stars or themes. So it's really quite versatile. And actually customers love it. It's really accessible and you can deliver it.
And how much would you suggest somebody sells that for?
Around about 95 pounds. Okay. Yeah. That's so good. Working out the time as well, it doesn't take that long and you don't really use that much product.
Yeah.
So by the time you add on your profit, actually around 95, and it works really well within lots of different spaces, like halls where people have parties or at home. So it still has this massive wow impact and people can have pictures underneath it without it being like a ginormous display.
Perfect. Well, Debs, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
That. Don't forget, as a guest on BMTV, you get to ask everybody the question of the week.
Oh, the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Okay,
Have you got a question of the week?
You always put me on the spot.
What do you mean always? It's your first show.
Oh, okay. I obviously love working with loads of different brands, but what is your favourite brand?
Ooh. What's your favourite brand?
What's your favourite brand?
Leave your comments down below on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you so much
once
again. And thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do, and hit the little bell icon. You'll be notified every time we upload a new show. Follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, where the fun stuff happens. I've got to start getting this right, haven't I? I've got to figure it out. And if you want to add to Deb's 304,000 followers, which is probably more by the time this is out, you can go to. You can go to
Dream Hire Events.
Dream Hire Events.
I'm there.
On Instagram.
Come join me.
All right. Be happy.
Thank you.
Be creative.
Yes, be creative.
See you all next week.